single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hey there, Cerise here. Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, good morning, afternoon, or evening. This particular video is a tribute to my friend Sean. Sean passed away here in the Dominican Republic on Saturday in El Bate, Sosua Center. He was riding a pasola and he fell off the pasola and he banged his head on the concrete and died immediately. He was not wearing a helmet. A lot of us are the same way when we are here. Many of you listening to this audio right now, you have done it yourself many times. You come here, you get on the back of a motoconcho, which is like a moto taxi, and you don't wear your helmet because you follow fashion. Everyone here does the same thing, including myself. I'm going to let you guys listen to an audio between Sean and myself regarding his life. 24 hours before he passed, we were both worried about him. Take a listen.
Hola, Sean. Your landlords contacted me and told me that there is a fume odor coming from your apartment. Is your propane on? Be careful. You don't want to blow yourself up.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the guy that's downstairs because he looked at the stove for me yesterday and he got it working. But I just checked to make sure that that the eyes wasn't on. But I'm going to have him take a look at it just to be on the safe side because I smell it too. I noticed it this morning. But thanks for checking on me. Yeah, he got it for me. He cut it off. It was on. So he just told me to leave it, not to light the stove or do any cooking until tomorrow, 8 in the morning. So I'll be fine. I got food already prepared, so I don't have to do no cooking today. So I'm just going to leave the windows open and let the gas air out.
Okay, good. That's good to hear. I'm glad you got back in touch with me. Please, if anything, contact me. I got you here, okay? Alrighty, sweetie.
So at this point, I was really worried for him. And, he's just such a good guy. And at this point, it was very important to me just for him to be okay. And, as fate has it, we all have our time. But Sean was one of those people, very much like us, who just wanted to come here, live his days in paradise, and die happily. And I have to say, he did just that. Anybody that knows Sean knows that he was living his best life when he was here in the Dominican Republic. He ate the best food. He loved to treat people very well. He always had his rental car, and he always made sure that he had a nice apartment. The apartments that I got for him, 2 of them, were very nice. He just wanted to relax and chill out. And we had a good few conversations. I remember the last time we had a really deep conversation was was about 2 weeks ago. Saturday that just passed was 2 weeks ago. And we were at a lounge in Cabarete, and I was sitting at a table by myself, and he walked in, and there was a funeral going on. And he walked in and he sat at one of the seats where the funeral was. And I hollered over at him. I said, Sean, come over here. Come sit with me. My table is not part of the funeral. And he was like, oh, okay. And he got up and he came over to me and he sat down. He said, you don't mind if I sit at your table with you? And I'm like, no. Oh my gosh, I enjoy it. He said, I'm here for your live to air today anyway. I had a special Saturday live to air with Rico Toro. The reason why is because Rico works very hard. He also has a YouTube channel. He works very hard. And Saturday was the only opportunity he could come all the way out to Cabarete to meet me because he lives in El Bate. Well, Sean was he came out to see me, and he was eating some curry crab made by the Trinidadian owner, and he said to me, Cerise, this crab is good. I was like, oh, thank you so much for coming out and supporting it, because the owner made the curry crab for my guests only that day. And he came out, and Yogi Yoga was coming out that day. There were a lot of people who were just coming to chill and relax. Shouts out to Yogi Yoga and Kat, his wife, and Sean really enjoyed their company as well. We had a really good time together, Sean and I. Sean told me a little bit of a story that day. Him and I were just, laughing about life. And it was just more than irony that he was about to sit down at that funeral. The funeral was of a guy who was also another expat here who died unexpectedly. A lot of people come here to paradise and they don't leave. And for some people, that's the idea. For others, it's a surprise. And this was a surprise for me. When I heard about Sean, the landlords contacted me and told me immediately, Cerise, your client has passed away. The police just arrived at the apartment. They were like, they don't speak English. So they said, Cerise, we need you to handle it. When the family comes, please let the family know that they can take whatever they want out of the apartment. It's theirs. It's open to them. And I really loved that type of class, and I thanked the landlords because they were so obliging. And that's very important. I also just want to say, guys, when you come here to the Dominican Republic, please always remain safe. If you rent an apartment from me, or if you use one of my services, I'm going to start asking for a next of kin. There's a gentleman by the name of Big Mac who is also a vlogger, and he has a radio station here in the Dominican Republic, the only English radio station, he calls it. And we were all talking on a private group on WhatsApp, and we were talking about Sean and, how the circumstances went down. And he said to me and everyone else on WhatsApp that we should all have some type of communication with people. We have to know who their family members are when they come here, because we're a group of people here and we're all friends, and we know when each person is coming down because we all keep in touch via WhatsApp. But we don't know what's going on the other side of their world. So please, when you do come to rent an apartment from me, expect for me to ask that very personal question, your next of kin. And why? Only because I care. And only because when Sean passed, the landlords contacted me and they said to me, Cerise, can you please contact the family? And I tried, because his son contacted me, and his son said to me, his son did not contact me. His son sent me a PayPal payment for Sean's apartment before, the first apartment, not this one here that he just got for September, but the apartment for January, and his son sent me a PayPal. Now, I think he even sent me a PayPal, again, actually, a certain payment. I'm not remembering right now off the top of my head, but I did remember his son's name. So when I heard that Sean died, I looked on Facebook immediately and I tried to find his son, but his son's name was not there. I contacted all the people. His son's profile was not there. I contacted all the people who were the same name, and I said, I'm very sorry to contact you out of the blue. Is your dad's name Sean? And everyone was like, no, sorry. And I was like, wow. I was beside myself. I didn't know how to get a hold of his family, but again, the police were already on top of it, because the police were already at the apartment and they got to the bottom of it. The police here in the Dominican Republic, shouts out to you for getting to the bottom of everything and for doing your proper investigating. And I just want to say, when you guys come down here, that's one thing I'm going to do from now on. I'm going to ask you what your next of kin's name is and their phone number. I think that is one of the safest things that we can do here in the Dominican Republic for everyone. I think it's only logical. If you don't feel comfortable giving me your next of kin or the phone number, that's totally fine too. But just know I'm asking because I care. And also, I'm very confidential. I would never give away your information at all to anyone else unless it has something to do with your health. That is it. Nothing else. Okay? Life or death. So I just want to say, guys, please, when you come down here, wear a helmet. We're all guilty of it. A lot of us do it. Oh my gosh. The other day I was going to flip-flop and a guy pulled me over and he said, Cerise, he was sitting at the bar. I forget his name, but shouts out to you. And he said to me, Cerise, I have a bone to pick with you. And I couldn't think for the life of me what the bone would be. And I said, what? I'm like, tell me. And he's like, I saw you today on the highway on Route 5 right here. He said, most likely leaving Cabarete, but I saw you closer to Sosua. And you were just zooming on the back of the moto, going really fast. And I looked at my friend who was in the car with me and I said, is that Cerise on the back of that moto with no helmet? And I was like, oh my gosh, I felt like I just wanted to melt right there. Like I just felt so embarrassed that somebody else was more worried about my life than me. And it's not that I wasn't worried about my life. It's just I wasn't being mindful enough. And again, a lot of us do that here. Guys, it only takes a a bicycle helmet. Let's all start becoming more productive in that way. I'm going to start selling helmets here. I'm going to sell them at cost. For those of you who want a helmet when you get here, look, I can even get someone that does art to make you a very nice helmet, paint it for you or whatever. You send me your design and we can get that on your helmet and I can have it ready for you before you get here. When you get here from the airport, I'll meet you the first day and I will give you that helmet in your hand so you can wear it. You can get your full head helmet, the one that comes right over your face, like an entire mask, or you can get just your bicycle helmet. I'm going to start providing that for people. So if you want a service like that, please let me know. We all have to keep safe. I just want to say, Sean, I love you, buddy. I've been getting so many signs from Sean. Even as I'm on the moto now, I talked to Sean in the last couple of days. I'm just like, hey, buddy, are you there? Give me a sign. And I keep seeing the same thing. A whole cluster of butterflies at the same moment that I ask for a message. I did it for the last 2 days only, actually. I did it yesterday and I did it today. And the same thing. And I'm like, wow. And it's just, I know Sean is with us. I know that he is listening right now. And I know that with a man like him and the big heart that he had, he's going to be an angel for many. Guys, again, this video is a tribute to Sean. And I just want to say that for any of you guys that knew Sean, can you please say something in the comments that you remember about him? Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for taking your time out to spend with us right now. God bless you guys. Huge hugs and loads of love. And please be safe.
Every single day